All right, let's get right into it. Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're zooming way out to look at the complete, system-wide architecture of the Immortal Realm bounty system.
And I am super pumped for this. As a dedicated PvP player, I've interacted with bits and pieces of bounty hunting. I see the notifications pop up, I've had a few run-ins out in the wild, but I really want to understand how this entire machine connects under the hood.
Well, that is exactly what we're going to do today. We're building your mental model of the whole ecosystem from the ground up, keeping us strictly focused on the core mechanics. Here's a quick look at our roadmap. We'll be moving through the 3 branches, the hunter claim flow, token rewards and payouts, anti-abuse and guardrails, and finally, prison and surrender. Let's jump in. Section 1, the 3 branches. Categorizing hunt. So the bounty system isn't just some basic kill quest mechanic. It's a completely unified 3-branch framework. To be clear up front, we're mapping out the high-level matrix today. And the architectural hook you really need to grasp right now is this. A single bounty hunt on Immortal Realm touches PvP combat mechanics, contract law, prison mechanics, and the High Ledger's public records on the live web board, all at the exact same time. It's this incredibly cohesive ecosystem. Literally everyone, even crafters, interacts with it by funding bounties. It truly connects the entire shard. The system actually divides the work into 3 distinct lanes. First up, we have player writs. These are filed by individual players against other players using a public writ deed, which runs you 40 time tokens. You pay a 5,000 gold crown seal fees straight from your bank, and the writ stays active for a fixed 120 minutes. Next, we have crown writs. Think of this as the realm's automatic fill lane. The system caps these at 4 auto-spawned writs and 4 ledger-officialized writs at any given time, just to keep the ecosystem populated for our hunters. And those run for 150 minutes. Finally, we have prestige writs. These are public commissions issued by patrons for civic or political figures, and they sit on the board for a massive 360 minutes. That's a full 6 hours. Hold up. Does that mean there's a strict cap of literally just 1 active prestige commission per patron? You hit the nail on the head. That is a hard system cap. The devs put that in place to stop wealthy patrons from just flooding the board with their own politically motivated writs. You only get 1 active commission at a time, which makes prestige writs these huge, significant events when they actually drop. Moving right along to Section 2, the hunter claim flow. From warrant to takedown. Okay, so let's say I see a bounty on the board that I really want. How do I actually go about claiming it and running the hunt? It's a super dynamic, fast-moving process. Let's rapid fire through the 5-step life cycle. Step 1, you need to hold a hunter's warrant in your pack, which you can grab for 15 time tokens. Step 2, identify your target. You can do this via the web board at /bounties or by using the in-game commands ~bounties or ~writs. Step 3, you accept the writ at the board. And this is totally crucial. The system locks that writ to your specific character serial number. Nobody else can poach it from you. Step 4, defeat the target in combat before your hunt window closes. And Step 5, the system tracks the kill, resolves the claim instantly, and hands you your realm-paid PvP tokens. And speaking of those hunt windows, a standard player writ gives you exactly 30 minutes to track down and drop your target once you've accepted it. A prestige writ gives you a bit more breathing room with a 45-minute window, which reflects the higher stakes and the fact that it usually draws out higher-ranked hunters. And just to fill in the blanks, crown targets sit right in the middle at 35 minutes. Which brings us to Section 3, token rewards and payouts. Getting paid in the realm. Okay, I gotta jump in right here because this is a massive point of confusion for a lot of players, myself included when I first started. Wait, I successfully dropped the target. Where is my gold? I didn't get a pile of gold on the body. Right, so player writs uniquely handle payouts without requiring any gold escrow at all. The placer doesn't even fund a reward pool. Instead, player writs pay out in flat, roam-paid PvP tokens. If the hunter gets the kill, the hunter gets 5 tokens. The placer, who really just gets the satisfaction of seeing the job done, actually gets 3 tokens. Now, if the target voluntarily surrenders, the placer gets 2 and the hunter gets 1. And get this, if the target just survives until the writ expires, they earn 2 tokens simply for staying alive. The realm funds the whole thing. Now, crown and prestige writs do use their own per-template values for gold and tokens, but for player writs, it is strictly flat PvP tokens. All right, on to Section 4, anti-abuse and guardrails, protecting the system's integrity. And here is the quintessential exploit question every veteran PvP player is already thinking about. If the realm is the one handing out these tokens, what exactly stops me from just tossing a bounty on my own alt account and farming the rewards all day? I absolutely love the entrepreneurial spirit there, but I'm going to shoot that exploit idea down right now. Let's walk through the robust list of system checks that fire off in the background before your 5,000 gold filing fee is even charged. First, the same account block literally prevents you from targeting your own characters. Second, the R-related for collusion check actively rejects filings between accounts the system flags as too closely tied together. Plus, after any writ resolves, that target gets a 45-minute protected window. On top of that, there's a 60-minute hunter/target pairing suppression after a successful claim, which completely stops two players from just trading kills back and forth. And finally, there is a hard limit of one active writ per target at a time. The guardrails are incredibly solid. And to really hammer home the strict anti-spam nature of this server, there's a hard 18-hour cooldown period between repeat writs for the exact same placer target pair. You cannot just spam file against somebody you're mad at. The system literally forces you to take a breath. Makes perfect sense. All right, Section 5, Prison and Surrender. The aftermath for the hunted. This actually sets up the one thing I've been dying to know regarding the physical imprisonment mechanics. So I claim the writ, I defeat my target. Where exactly do they go when they drop? Because they aren't just popping up at the local healer, are they? No, they absolutely are not. At minute 0, the defeated target is captured and physically teleported to the Warden's 20 by 20 prison region over on Trammel. That is exactly at coordinates 2958, 3448, 0. At minute 15, their base prison sentence is served and they're officially released just slightly outside the bounds at 2968, 3444, 15. But here is the critical part. From minute 15 up to minute 60, they have guaranteed writ immunity. So while a 15-minute stint in Trammel prison is a very real consequence, that guaranteed 45-minute post-release protection completely shuts down any chance of endless griefing loops. But hey, what if you just don't want to fight the hunter who's tracking you? You've got options. You can fight it out and risk a full defeat. Or you can use the surrender mechanic. This is a totally alternate path. If you have an active writ on your head, you can voluntarily yield to Warden. You just accept the 15-minute prison sentence on your own terms, cleanly exit the right, and get it discharged. And the best part? A surrender still pays out tokens to both the placer and the hunter, so the realm's economy keeps moving smoothly. All right, so you now have the system-level matrix down. As promised, here are your strategic off-ramps to go deeper. If you want a step-by-step mechanical tutorial on filing, load up our How to Place a Bounty explainer. If you want to see exactly how to navigate the live web board, you're going to want the How Hunter Writs Work explainer. And if you're curious about diving into high-ledger integrations, like bail contracts needing recorder rank or parole deeds requiring witness rank, you definitely need to check out the high-ledger guide. To wrap things up, I actually want to read this quote directly from the source materials because it really stuck with me. Quote, "Uncontrolled killing produces hunters coming after you, which keeps the PvP ecosystem self-regulating." End quote. And that perfectly captures why this entire architecture even exists. It is the absolute heartbeat of the Shard's justice system. So the final provocative thought I want to leave you with today is this. Now that you know exactly how the machine operates, are you going to use it to enforce civic justice, or are you going to climb those hunter rankings just for the pure thrill of the chase? Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you on the hunt.